All right, guys, so today we are going to compare backpacks. Durston Kakwa 55, awesome pack, love it. Great pack, used it for a couple of years now. This is, I think, the first backpack I bought in 2019, 2020. The Low Alpine Contour 3 is what that one is. Heavy pack, took it on the Zigzag Ridge multi-day trip. This is our new one, the ULA Catalyst 75-liter pack. And just looking at the backs, briefly, go look over at this Kakwa 55. Behind, you can see they all kind of have some kind of pocket systems. The worst of these packs, and probably the cheapest price, is this one. But that was when I was just beginning. How much they weigh? I think the Kakwa 55 is either just under 2 pounds or just over 2 pounds, somewhere around there. We can look online. This one is over 6 pounds, this Low Alpine whatever. That's a 55 liter. This is a, I believe, 75 liter. They say like 65 plus 10 or something like that, whatever. And this is a 75 liter. The ULA Catalyst. And essentially the Catalyst weighs in at, I think it was 2.9, so let's just call it 3 pounds. So it's somewhere between these two. It's like less than half the weight of the Low Alpine and a little bit more than the Durston, just slightly from my weight. But of course I have the large pack, so I don't know. Anyways, there's definitely more padding on this one. And this is a 2020 or 2021, I think 2021 version of the pack. I know Dan keeps updating that, so the new ones have more padding, etc. Anyways, we are looking at all the gear here for our multi-day trips. We've got sort of sleep system over here, little booties. We've got an emergency kit in that pack, zip ties, extra parts for snowshoe straps, toiletry stuff. We've got rain gear. We've got our InReach. We've got bear spray. Always bring it. Garbage bag. Extra emergency mitts and hat for winter. Extra stove stuff. We've got a tourniquet. We've got fire starter. Hot pads. We've got our avalanche gear here. We've got stuff that we're going to put our snow stakes in. Just got that today from Geartrade. Got this from Geartrade, as far as I know, looking around Canada. It's the only place I saw that kind of seems to officially sell it. Awesome pack so far. We're going to pack it. We're going to see how it feels like. We're going to go walk for a number of kilometers with our full gear loaded in there, see how it is. We've got a tarp there. We've got our puffy jacket plus sort of emergency first aid kit. Our tent, a Durston X-Mid 2 with the Z-Flix poles. I've added these kind of like strings are sort of attached onto there with mud baskets so that I don't have any issues in the snow. Snow stakes right there. And always bring a saw, whether I can use it or not, either for firewood or clearing the trailer or whatever. And just some things to attach stuff, bungee cords, elastics and whatnot. Always use pack liners. Nyla Fume pack liner, you got those from Geartrade as well for a great price. I think they're like $5 or $10. There's a theme here. Awesome gear at geartrade.ca. Check it out if you're in Canada, and even if you're in the States, they've got great prices, great selection, including they've got the Durston pack there as well, and all the tents and everything. So of course the biggest elephant in the room here looks like an elephant, is the Thermarest Polar Ranger. That's our go-to sleeping bag for wintertime. Goes down to -30. We've got videos on that showing that. Does a fantastic job. And in the middle there, we've got our food. The blue pack is kind of what I take for the current day trip, and the green is sort of lots of food for multi-day if I need to go 4 days, 5 days. Anyways, this is essentially what I take on a multi-day trip. And this is sort of what the winter loadout looks like. Of course, I've got extra snacks in the hip pockets there that I haven't taken out of the Kakwa 55 yet. But we're going to load up the ULA Catalyst and see how it feels, see if we can fit all this stuff in there. I think maybe, I'm not sure if we're going to load that up first, try it out in the forest and whatnot, and then maybe after that we'll take all that gear, try to put it into here and explain why we got this pack. I love the Kakwa 55. I found that in the wintertime specifically, it's just the volume. You can see sort of the height, etc. It's a 55 liter pack, actually realistically about 64 liters if you count the back pockets and the side pockets and everything. This just has the extra amount of space for volume. I don't want to put more weight. I just need that space so that it's not hard to close up the top and whatnot. This gives it to me. And we did check with Dan. It doesn't seem like he's going to make a bigger pack anytime too soon. Otherwise, I would have probably bought another Durston because I just love these packs. Anyways, we're trying this out. We're going to see how it feels. And let's check it out. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm going to pack up the ULA Catalyst. It's a 75 liter pack. We're going to see how our winter multi-day gear fits into this pack. We're going to go walk for several kilometers, see how it feels on our back for a while. And after that, when we get back, we'll probably empty it all out and fit it into the Durston pack and just compare the two. So first I have, this is how I do it, guys. So in this pack I have a big puffy jacket, mountain hardware, and sort of an emergency kit in there, like first aid stuff, more serious first aid stuff, let's call it that. And that goes in the bottom. I can already tell this thing's very wide. I think this is the first pack where the pack bottom is wider than this bag, so I can put stuff even beside it, which is, you can already tell is going to fit a whole lot of stuff. All right, generally I like to keep a number of these things, my avalanche gear tarp, sit pad, and saw and stuff in the front pocket, so we'll leave that for there. And more the sort of least likely stuff that I'm going to use, just a garbage bag to put stuff in. These would be sort of emergency extra pair of gloves I got from Costco, pretty thick, heavy ones. Love them, use them on the Mount Robson multi-day trip. And an extra emergency hat, throw those in there. And I put them in order of things I least likely will need to use. Most important stuff and stuff I need quicker access to on top. Next, we will be putting in sort of our fixing stuff and more accessible emergency kit stuff here. I have sort of 3 sets of emergency first aid equipment, different levels, let's call it that. But this also has things like stuff to fix my tent, diatomaceous tape, sewing and tape for the tents and stuff like that. Extra cord for guidelines, etc. Throw that in there. And then we're going to put extra snowshoe parts. And I have 2 in there. I only need 1 of these black ones. A black and a gray, and some zip ties. Not likely to need those, but if I do, I will have to pull stuff out. That's okay, at least I have it. And next items that I will put at the bottom will be sort of multi-day food items. And I'm gonna just throw these guys in here for now. Try to organize like equipment together. So like my green bag is sort of my multi-day food. I know when I'm running out, I have extra fuel in there. I have extra ways of lighting the fire, matches, lighters, flint, etc. Throw that in there. Likely not to need any of that stuff for a while because my day 1.5 food is usually in this bag. All right, so now I'm going to put my sleep system in. The bulkiest item, and probably the biggest reason why, or one of the bigger reasons why I need so much volume, it does pack down quite nicely. I love this sleeping bag. Thank you to all those who have done reviews online. That would be like Justin Outdoors, Kane does Outdoors, and others as well. Those two are the ones that kind of introduced me to this sleeping bag on their YouTube channels. And I have to say, it has delivered. In this sleeping bag, I should mention, I have a blow-up pillow, Trekology. I've got a balaclava, and a Costco thin balaclava, and I have a really thick balaclava in here if it's really cold, and I also have warm, dry socks. That's what comes in here. So just so you know what's being packed in. I keep it in the sleeping bag because that's where it belongs. That way I won't lose it. Normally, after I put in that first plastic poly bag with the puffy jacket and whatnot, normally I would put in this pack liner. Forgot to do it today, but for the sake of this video, we'll just continue. Ground. My fault. And like I said, this sleeping bag is definitely the elephant in the room. And now looks like I need to loosen these side straps a bit to allow the bag to expand a bit more to its full capacity. Pack that in. Oh yeah, it's lots of room in here. Okay. Next thing I'm going to put in is the rest of my sleep system. So that's just for storage in my closet. I won't need that. But all these items are going to be part of the sleep system. An e-bivy from MSR, Nemo Tensor Extreme pad. I've got the Flextail Mini Pump 2X, I think. And we've got some booties, camp booties from Rab. Throw all those in there. And I use the Flextail pump because it's either that or use the blow-up pump sack. And I tried it out on the last couple trips and it was pretty good. It blew up the pad fairly quickly and it gave enough PSI to the pad that it was a comfortable sleep. So that's why I stayed away from the Flextail Zero pump. It doesn't have enough PSI pressure to blow up the pad enough, so you have to use your mouth, and that kind of defeats the whole purpose of using a pump in the wintertime. All right, next thing we're going to put in there is our sort of day trip food, first day food. And I got to put the spoon in here and swap it out. It's a new spoon I got from Geartrade. That's a Toaks pot, titanium pot. We've got our day fuel in here as well, and there's a stove in there, the MSR WinPro 2. All right, spoon. That one is being retired with this titanium spoon, which will be a lot harder to break than that plastic spoon. That's why I did the swap. It was just a little over $10 at Geartrade. Can't go wrong with that for a titanium spoon. pack that in nice. Okay. That will go in the pocket. Just trying to wonder if I should put my tent in or if I should put it in the back pocket. Got to figure this out. I'm doing this with you guys. All right, toiletries, of course, will have to go in on the top. Rain gear. So let's do this. We want our rain gear accessible, so I have to decide, is the tent going in there or isn't it? I'll be honest, the tent can go in one of the side pockets. There's enough room there. So we'll put it in the top just for fun. So now we're going to put the tent right here. And the stakes we'll put in here as well for now. It's an easy fit. And that other stuff I'm going to put, this is just my preference of how I pack, I'm going to put it in side pockets. And again, everything isn't organized here. I'll put these are little bags for the stakes that will replace the plastic bag that I have them in right now. I'll just throw it in here for the sake of, because it's going to be packed. All right, fire starter, etc. Right close to the top. And then, of course, our rain gear. Rain gear and toiletries, and I think we're good after that. Yeah, we're full. We are full, folks. All right, toiletries right there. And I think we will try to close this up. Let's see if we can put this rain gear down the sides so that we can close this up a little bit easier. Yeah, this is going to work nice. And these have these side straps, which I really liked when I saw the demo of the product online, because it's going to help me to close this when it's good and packed, almost boiling over with stuff. And I'm not trying to be efficient. I've got extra things in there, but I don't care. In my mind, I should be able to fit it all. Okay. And now we're going to put stuff in the back pocket. Let's get doing that. All right. So to start with, put in this tarp. And there's some kind of a shock cord here. Whatever. It's a giant pocket here. I'm going to be able to fit lots of stuff in there, I can already tell. Okay, and I always have a silky saw, the big boy silky saw, and I have this kind of rope with carabiners on it because I ended up losing saws before, and they're expensive. So this system makes sure that even when we're bushwhacking, I'm not going to lose my saw. It's such a good saw that I needed to make sure I wouldn't lose it. So I got to strap it to something. And look, I can just strap it right onto some connection points there. It's fabulous. Okay, Let's get into this. Will go in the side pocket. Avalanche gear needs to go in. Put our sit pad in here now. There we go. This miscellaneous stuff can go deep down at the bottom if I need it. Down it goes. And this is just a extra piece of plastic. If I put my snowshoes on the back, it kind of stops from scratching, so I always bring it out of habit. Actually, that piece of plastic came with the MSR snowshoes that I have. Let's get the Avi gear in there. Okay. And our handle. There we go. And this is a little collapsible dog dish. That's for Adventure Dog. All right. So let's do side pocket stuff now. We'll figure out the rest after. Always lift by this handle, apparently. That's what these handles are meant for. Do not lift the pack by the shoulder straps or you can break them. All right. Let's see. Z-Flex poles in there, right to the back. Should lay it on its side for now. Get our drink right in there. Plenty of space. All right. I'm going to throw. This stuff should have went in the green food bag, but I'll just throw it in here because I have a cavern of space. Just to show that it'll fit for now. It's not organized, c'est la vie. All right, let's get our classic Tesla Prince 2 Gatorades. These are big, thick socks that are Gatorades are inside, so that keeps it from freezing in the cold. And the Gatorades are upside down so that if it starts to freeze, I can still open the caps and they don't freeze when you put them upside down. It's a little trick I learned. There we go. You can cinch these side pockets up nicely. All right, now, before I do the finishing touches, I need to put this big item here, the Nemo Tensor insulated pad, on top. I do have the strap kit that I ordered, which is coming, which will allow me to hook this up in a better way, and I'll maybe show a video when that happens. But for now, this works. No problem. Let's get our strap here. In the strap kit, it comes with the V strap, similar to what the Durston has. We'll show that in a sec. It has straps for at the bottom, so I could hang this from the bottom if I wanted to, top or bottom. Kind of is up to you at that point, but that works fine. There we go. Now you might be asking, where do these go? Well, I did buy the kit that adds a pocket here. I added 2 pockets, one for bear spray, one for like a cell phone or snacks or something. They will be coming. That'll be another video. But in terms of the inReach, there's just little D-rings here I can attach it to. Shouldn't be an issue. Let's see, right here. Where do I want to attach it? Right in there. All right. So that's good. And bear spray, like I said, we do have an attachment for that. We'll leave that off for now. This cup, I have a carabiner. It'll just hang off the back. But aside from all that, this is the damage. This is what we have going here. So I guess next thing we need to do is weigh this, and then we're going to go take this out on a hike and see how it feels on a first trial test with our multi-day gear all loaded up. Let's see how it feels when I pick it up. Yeah, it feels, I'm going to guess, close to 40 pounds with everything that's in there. Feels like 40 pounds to me. We'll see how close I am, because I did add more stuff than I've ever added before. There's even space for me to add my drone in here, my DJI Air 2S. There's extra space for that, so that's pretty impressive. All right, let's weigh this up and see how it hikes in our test. All right, we're going on a 4 to 5K hike with Adventure Dog here, and we're going to see how 41 pounds feels like with this pack. All right, guys, so we've gone probably close to 1 kilometer here. Tweaked the straps a bit, the load lifters, the chest straps, and first impression of how this feels with 41 pounds. Feels good. The hip belts are the best hip fit I've ever had. Fits better than the Kakwa 55, but I do think that the new Kakwa 55s have more padding and whatnot, and I do think that would be different with 2025 models. But anyways, ULA Catalyst, the hip fits exquisitely well. The shoulder straps are comfortable, nicely adjustable, so that feels quite nice. For me, I feel the shoulder straps, even on my 2021 Kakwa 55, feel a bit more comfortable. That's just my own opinion. Even though this ULA Catalyst seems to have more padding and whatnot, with 40-ish pounds, which I've had lots of trips with the Kakwa 55 with that weight on the shoulders, it carried it well. Dan did a really good design there with the load lifters and the shoulder straps. So anyways, just saying that, not that this is a problem, but having backpacked enough times with the Kakwa 55, I come to expect a certain feel, and this feels slightly less comfortable, but still in the comfortable range, so no issue there. Carries really well, forms to my body superbly, and I could see myself going on many kilometers with this pack, the way this feels. So quite happy to report that. So overall, first kilometer, I'm quite happy. Can definitely feel the weight at 40 pounds. It carries significantly better than the low alpine pack. And how does it carry compared to the Kakwa 55? It's a serious contender. I think overall, with the way the hip belt carries on this, that's a significant one, because on my last trip, I did get some chafing on my waist from the Kakwa 55. I usually don't, but I did that trip. It was quite stuffed with equipment, and I did have that issue. So anyway, overall, I'm going to say I'm a big fan of the ULA Catalyst 75. This will definitely be for my multi-day trips where I need the volume to serve the purpose. In my opinion, overall kind of feels like what the Kakwa 55 would have been if it was the Kakwa 75. Honestly, it kind of looks very similar, uses similar materials, has a lot of the similar design. Big difference, I guess, would be that the side pockets on the Catalyst are deeper, and the back or the front pocket is bigger than the Kakwa 55. But if it was Kakwa 75, maybe those things would be bigger too. I don't know. One other thing I really like about the ULA Catalyst is when you do the roll top, and let's say you're putting in sort of a lot of stuff where you don't have lots of space to really roll. Maybe you can only do a half a roll or one roll because of how it tapers at the top of the roll top. The ULA Catalyst has side straps to pull down those connectors, making it really easy to do that. With the Kakwa backpacks, they don't have that. You just have to connect them together, which makes it hard to seal that roll top when the pack is packed to its upper limit. We got moose there. Penny smells them. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Guys, just a little bit of backstory about this pack. So, did try to see if Durston Gear was going to make a larger backpack. They seem to indicate not anytime soon. So from there, I did see some videos from other YouTubers about winter backpacking, and Kane Does Outdoors did mention the the ULA Catalyst, and I believe he just has the regular Catalyst. When I looked online, they still sell it, but they also have the Ultra version, which is lighter. So I looked around and looked like Gear Trade, just south of Calgary, Alberta, seemed to be the people who were selling this pack. And to be honest, guys, that's your go-to place. They are fabulous customer service. They worked with me. They worked with ULA to bring it in. They had it on their site, but there were complications getting it across the border from the States, just because he had to set up some new stuff with ULA. And I'm happy for that wait. Didn't seem like there was any other way to get the pack. I don't believe ULA ships to Canada. And so yeah, Gear Trade worked with me, reached out directly, had a discussion. I did not want the Z-Packs arc haul. Anybody who has checked my channel knows why I don't like Z-Packs. If you were a long-time subscriber, I'm not going to get into that again. But anyway, I'm not a fan of Z-Packs, so I will never be supporting that company. Anyway, personal items. So I had to have something else. What are the options? Well, ULA was a fabulous option, obviously. And Jessie from Gear Trade stepped up, brought it in. Both me and Trekking with Taz ordered the packs, and here we are. They have lots of accessories for the packs that you can get. If anybody wants various add-ons and customizations, different colors, whatever, different strap kits, attachments, whatever. I will say, customer service from Gear Trade was exceptional. So add to that this part of the story is a little sad. So while waiting for the pack, Jessie, there's some delays and we're wondering what was going on, and Jessie mentioned in the meantime he had been diagnosed with a brain tumor. So that was sad. I just told him, don't worry about me, don't worry about the pack, you deal with your stuff. I'm not that important. So anyway, that's those of you who do, say a prayer for Jessie and his family. He did have surgery, and from what I understand, that went well. There is a long road ahead, so please pray for GearTrade, and if you find it in your heart, take a look at their website, geartrade.ca. See what they have to offer. Really good prices, really good selection, really good customer service, and it's like a husband-wife business. So, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's everything that I love to support personally. So, there's my rant. Not really rant, there's my discussion. All right, first 3 kilometers. A couple kilometers left to get home. And the pack carries comfortably. I still feel the shoulder straps, while they're fine. The Durston 55 for me feels a bit more comfortable with the same loadout. But the hip feels better on the ULA Catalyst, so there you have it. Right guys, we're approaching the end, close to our 5 kilometer test point. Test went very well. This pack is going to work good for multi-day, and we'll get home and then we will do a few loose ends and wrap it up and give final thoughts. All right guys, so final thing, just to point out, ice axe. This has 2 loops on the bottom and these sort of bungee cords at the top. Very easy to attach your ice axe, stuff of that nature. Just put it in like that, upside down, and over top, pull it tight, and there it is. So really simple to add your ice axe, nice and sturdy right on the outside. You could add trekking poles, similar manner, all kinds of stuff. Absolutely great design, I love it. All right everybody, so now we are back from our first maiden voyage, about a 5 kilometer hike with our 42 pound loadout with the ULA Catalyst. We're going to transpose all the gear from there into the Kakwa 55 and just see how everything works out. We'll point out a few features of the Kakwa 55 that I really like that don't come by default with the ULA Catalyst. Definitely these chest pockets, one for your bear spray and another one for whatever else you want to put in there. You could put a drink or your telephone, cell phone, I mean, whatever. So that's definitely nice. And I think I like the sternum strap better on the Kakwa 55 than the sternum strap on here. It's okay, but I like the Kakwa better. And there's like a beefier grab handle on the Kakwa 55. Anyway, we're going to load this up now. To seal up the top, because it's fully packed with winter stuff, you got to do kind of weird stuff, kind of like this. Now normally I have pack liner, so even if snow and rain get in there, nothing's going to get wet, but I'm not doing it for the sake of this demo pack session. We are going to need a lot of this extension, I can tell. Okay. There it is. We are really, really maxed out. Everything's more or less bulging. You can see kind of the top, just can't close it. And that's basically what I would want to pack. Now, in terms of the ice axe, I could probably slide it down the side and poke out, hang it on these side straps or something. But there you have it. So anyways, hope you guys see the comparison and why I was looking for something else on the winter trips. It was just another 2-3 inches of height from the pack would have been perfect. Carries the weight fine. It's just more bulky for winter. So I went to the Catalyst because that was the closest thing I could find to a Durston pack that had more volume, and a couple things here that we will show on their website. But you know, this little zippered pocket area to put stuff in there as well. This is the ULA Catalyst Ultra, so it's the ultralight version of the pack. Haven't seen any videos about this one yet. All the videos have been on just the regular ULA Catalyst. So this is as close as you're going to get to the Durston Kakwa 55 in a larger volume from what I've seen. And there's no hydration ports in the Ultra version. In the regular Catalyst, they have, I believe, little side holes for hydration bladders if you want, and you could put it in there, but not this pack. So that's what it looks like inside. You can see the pockets are deep. There's these side straps if you have long poles, or if you want to put like your big foam pad, you could shove it in there and it would be fastened in nicely. These are for sort of the ice axe. This pocket's very large and stretchy. Tons can fit in there. Plus you can put more in the shock strap in here. And let's look at the front. This carry handle, smaller than the Durston, but it serves the purpose. Nice load lifters here, all kinds of connection points. Load lifters work well. The back seemed to be nice. It's more padded. There's actually pad here compared to the Durston. It's a bit more comfortable, but it does get hotter as well. So there's always trade-offs for that kind of stuff. And a sternum strap. So this is the S. I believe the J is a bit more aggressive. I think the J comes in more like that. So, but yeah, this works well too. Lots of attachment points in here on these straps. There's places to attach your loopings here and here. Down there, a couple. And these, of course, are straps to adjust the tightness of your shoulder straps. And pockets. Pockets, I would say, are pretty comparable to the Durston pockets, pretty much close to the same. And the hip belt, fabulous. By the way, this hip belt is fully removable, so you can replace it with another one. But I really like the hip belt on this, and there you have it.